Good, beautiful morning, and welcome to a brand new, beautiful day. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And today I have with me the energy of a collective called the Divine Collective, who wanted to talk about the concept of transforming suffering, which is a lot different than what most people think. Good morning. Hi, Kathy. Good morning to you. Transforming and releasing suffering. This is something that humanity is in the throes of right now. We have, as a species, we've gotten so confused about what is true and what is false, what is good, what is not so good. And they're telling me that suffering is not a difficult or complex element to learn to work with. You can actually heal a lot of your suffering fairly quickly if you understand that the suffering and you are not the same. See, a lot of people think that their emotions are who they are. Your emotions are not who you are. Your emotions are the energy you have. And the energy that you have is based on your beliefs. And the beliefs that you have are based upon what you've been taught or told is true or not true. It's really funny because you look at some things like firewalking and cold plunges. It's a very fascinating thing. Firewalking and cold plunges. Wim Hof, who is, many of you might know as the Iceman, who has clearly demonstrated there's a capacity that you have to induce functional changes in your brain and in your body, that your brain and body can't do this by themselves. Your brain and body can only do what they've been programmed to be. So you look at someone like Wim Hof or anybody doing firewalking, that there's something that happens with that individual in relationship to what they do with their mind that affects their body. They are able to change something in their brain. You are not your body. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You have a body. You have thoughts. And you have emotions, but you are not them. They are not you. However, the way in which you utilize thoughts, the way you amplify or de-amplify emotional energy, the way in which you direct your body, this is where you can affect change. So there's these individuals that can affect change upon their mind and in their body. And every single soul on this planet has the capacity. Every soul on this planet has the capacity to induce and affect profound change in their body, in their emotions, and in their mind. You can change your mind, which will change and alter emotions, which will change and alter your body. And so these supernatural individuals on the planet that can submerge themselves in water or walk across a burning hot bed of coals or prevent their skin from being punctured from swords. These individuals have discovered the distinction between their mind and their body and their consciousness, your awareness, the you that is hearing these words, not the part of you that's interpreting these words, the you that is hearing these words. This you, the awareness that is you, has the capacity to induce change in the mind, in the thoughts and ultimately in your physical world, you have that capacity. Your mind and body do not have the capacity to change themselves other than along the lines by which they have been conditioned or programmed. But that programming can be transcended by you. Much of the suffering that is occurring in humanity's consciousness right now, much of this is amenable to change. And each and every individual of humanity has the capacity within them to initiate a change and transformation in your mind, therefore in your emotions, and therefore in your world, in your physiology, as particular qualities of thought will demonstrate and produce very specific electromagnetic energy. Thought organizes electromagnetic energy into the experientiation of emotion, which induces effects into your physical world. Let us say that again. Your thoughts generate particular electromagnetic frequencies that become emotions that induce effects into your physical world. Understanding the distinction between yourself, your thoughts, and your emotions is crucial for being able to end your suffering, your emotional pain. The difficulties you face in your world are directly correlated to the structure of thoughts that you place your attention upon on a habitual or consistent enough basis that you will produce an electromagnetic emotional energy that will cause an effect. There are no accidents in the human experience. There are acts of creation of which you may or may not be conscious. There are acts of creation of which you may or may not be conscious. You can be given ideas and information from the environment at a very young age and have no conscious awareness of those thoughts anymore, as the function of memory does not usually take hold until your biological organism reaches approximately 7 of your standard human years, where you begin to evaluate and access memory as a deliberate act of your consciousness. But there's a significant portion of your thinking and remembering that is not readily available to you because it was introduced to you in a time where you were not evaluating or memorizing. That period of time from the moment of conception to that point in time where you begin to evaluate thoughts. Again, this usually happens somewhere between 5 and 7 of your standard Earth years. And so these elements of being put in front of television sets or hearing people speak when you are at a very young, open and receptive state of being. Understand, when you come into this world, you are completely open and receptive to whatever comes your way. You do not have sufficiently developed, at least not the majority of you have not sufficiently developed your awareness to be able to discern thoughts as being good or not so good. And so many of the thoughts that you might have in your mind, you are not even aware. Many of the uncomfortable and sometimes even the most exciting events in your life have occurred because you have ideas and emotions inside you that affect these events. But there is no function of accident in the human realm. There are acts of creation, conscious and unconscious creation. You want to end your suffering. You want to end your confusion. You want to end your anxiety. You want to end your suffering. There are very simple, easy ways that you can go on that journey when you learn to make the distinction between your thoughts, your emotions, your biology, and yourself. There is a clear distinction between yourself, the thoughts that you are aware of, the emotions which they generate, and how they induce your biology into functions of behaviors. This is what emotional energy does. It induces biology into functions of behavior, both consciously and unconsciously. A large percentage of you are no longer conscious of many of the thoughts that you have in your mind and find yourselves being surprised and disappointed, delighted even, for unconscious elements of thought can induce good things in your life as equally as it can induce not so good things into your life. But the function of beginning to end your suffering requires that you begin to develop sufficient awareness that you can make a distinction between your thoughts, your emotions, and what you are as a sentient consciousness living in and through a physical medium. There is no unnecessary complexity to understanding how to alter and change your mind. You've been led to believe that your mind is supposed to be a very complex and mysterious thing. Let us clarify there is nothing mysterious or complexing about your mind. It is a very simple, easy to understand, and ultimately very easy to operate mechanism. Once you are able to make the distinction between yourself, your thoughts, your memories, and your biology, in that position of self-awareness, you can begin to gain some knowledge and understanding of how you can deliberately and directly, in any moment, assert a level of influence over your own mind, your own emotions, your own thoughts. And ultimately, this results in changing significantly the events in your world, those things that you experience energetically and emotionally. You must understand that you, as the awareness, can functionally change thought and emotion within the confines of your own brain and body. That without the awareness of this consideration, that if you do not have the awareness that you are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, you are not your body, without that awareness, it can be easily misperceived that you are those thoughts, you are those emotions, you are that body, thereby being subjective to them. And keep in mind that the vast majority of what you think you know was acquired before you even understood how to think or reason for yourself. And therefore, the development and cultivation of your awareness over your mind and over your emotion and over your biology becomes very critical and crucial if you wish to end your suffering. Without the functional understanding that you are not your thoughts, it is very difficult to change your own mind. And the vast majority of you depend upon something outside of you to change your mind. And that may be necessary until you learn how to change your mind. You want to find sources of information that can guide you to learning how to differentiate yourself from your thoughts, your memories, and emotions, thereby placing yourself into a position where you can recultivate the natural authority you were designed to have over your mind, your emotions, your thoughts, and your physical experiences. The experience of being in a physical domain as you are now is the experiencing of learning the act of creation. There is no mystery or unnecessary complexity once you understand this. That thoughts generate electromagnetic energy that produces substance called emotion. That you are not your thoughts and are capable, therefore, of changing them, altering them, generating new thought forms. Now, we wanted you to consider this possibility that you can end your suffering, you can transform your pain, you can release yourself from the subjectivity of your past. But you must first begin the journey of discernment, discerning between your thoughts, your memories, your emotions, your biology, and yourself. What we refer to as yourself in this context is what many have called the soul, the awareness, the I am that you are. That this aspect of your being must of necessity awaken sufficiently enough that you can begin to assert your own authority over your mind, your emotions, and therefore your experience of this creative dimension. We have created a system of learning that would provide you with such capabilities that you could easily, in a very short period of time, reclaim the natural and healthy authority and autonomy that you are designed to have over your life, your mind, your emotions, and your biology. You are designed to have a creative authority and autonomy over your mind, your emotions, and your body. Without this awareness, you would simply accept that what you've been told to think or feel or believe is the only truth. And that is clearly not the case. You have been told many things about who you are supposed to think you are, even as in a young child's body. You may have been told many things about yourself. You may have been shown many things that you believe to be true. As equally as you've been told to believe that fire can burn you and ice will freeze you, and yet it is clearly demonstrable by certain individuals that fire cannot burn you and you cannot freeze if you do not wish, if you understand how to utilize your creative authority over your mind, your thoughts, and your emotions, ultimately leading to the mastery over your physical organism. But this requires a system of learning that would allow you to logically and systematically gain a conscious and deliberate foothold in your own mind, to not be subjective to what you've been taught to think or feel or believe, to not be subjective to the illusion that you have no power over what you feel. These are very destructive considerations. To believe that you have no authority over how you feel is a very destructive and harmful consideration. You have absolute dominion over what your mind will think and feel when you understand the mechanisms of your consciousness that you can apply upon your mind. But many of you do not know this. Many of you believe you are your thoughts. Many of you believe you are your emotions. And by that belief, so it is, you are bound then in the beliefs and ideas that you've been given and have been fostered in your mind by this world. Therefore, believing you are simply feeling and thinking what you're feeling and thinking, and you have no ability or authority to change them. And let us tell you right now, this is absolutely not true. Your thoughts and emotions are not who you are. And your body is but an instrument through which you function creatively. So if you want to end your suffering, you need to engage in a system whereby you are learning to operate the levers of your personality rather than being subjective to them. And what do we mean by the levers of your personality? To learn how to differentiate between yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, and your physical organism. Learning that you can indeed deliberately and intentionally alter and change thought, which of course electromagnetically alters and changes emotional energy. You want to get to a place in your life where you are systematically operating your own mind and not leaving the function of what you would think and believe in the hands of others. To not leave yourself subjective to ideas without some mechanism of awareness by which you can question what is presented to you. Many of you were raised on these instructional devices called cartoons that gave you beliefs and ideas and considerations that many of you believe to be true but are not. Many of you have been raised with devices you call video games. And you see the violence and the destructiveness where people seem to be able to go out and harm one another because they think there's no consequence. If you play it in a game, then it must be true in your life. And many of you have come to believe that delusion. But until you encounter a system by which you can begin to take back command and authority over your own thinking apparatus, then you are bound to the thoughts and beliefs you've been given by this world exclusively. But we want to clarify that your mind and body are not mysterious. They are not difficult to understand, and they are not complex to learn how to operate. There are simple, easy to follow ways that you can learn to reclaim natural and healthy authority over your own thinking apparatus. But many of you are running here and there to try to find someone who will assuage your pain and your confusion and your upset. Many of you spending years in so-called therapeutic environments still struggling with the same persistent and disturbing functions of mind and emotion. And that is not necessarily the correct way for you to reclaim authority over your mind by deferring it to someone else. But you do need to acquire a systematic and practical way of interacting with your mind and your emotions and your body in a way that you never have before. Because if you are in a state of confusion and suffering, mental and emotional discomfort, then it's a function of not understanding the mechanisms of your mind, not knowing how to distinguish yourself from your thoughts and your emotions and your memories, and not knowing how to apply your awareness in the correct fashion so as to induce changes in your mind, in your emotions, and therefore in your physical world. There is a very clear and concise correlation, even in your sciences can measure this, that there are very clear and concise things that will happen in your body when there are certain emotional qualities that are persistent and consistent. A state of persistent fear will cause changes in physiology. A consistent and persistent happiness will cause a change in your physiology. And you must learn to acquire the function of information that is necessary for you to reclaim the birthright of autonomy that you were designed to have over your mind and your creative process in this world. This is the time of the Great Awakening, where many of you are discontented and fully aware that there is a better way for your life to be than it may be now. And we're here to let you know that it is not that difficult when you understand the process of what you can do to interact with your mind and your body very differently. You can interact with your own pain in such a way that you can change it. You can interact with your own depression in such a way that you can change it. You can interact with your lethargy in such a way that you can change it. You can increase and enhance your excitement and your passion when you understand how to operate the levers of your personality. And you must awakened sufficiently enough that you can differentiate. And many of you know this already, that your suffering is not natural. But you feel it, it seems to be real because you're experiencing it, but you know that it is not the way your life is supposed to be. With the right knowledge and understanding, you can transform your suffering very quickly and easily. It does not have to be a long, difficult, and arduous process. Once you understand there's a distinction between your body, your mind, your emotions, and your awareness, that you that are hearing these words right now have the ability and by birth the authority to induce functional and deliberate changes in your mind, in your emotions, and in your body, even if preceding events have traumatized you or made it very difficult for you. When you reclaim the position of natural authority over your mind, your emotions, and your physical body, you can reattune them to a very different state of being. You can transform your mind and body from one state into another. You can take the vibrational energy of depression and convert it into the vibrational experience of joy. You are by nature a transformer of consciousness and energy. By nature, you are a transformer of energy and consciousness. Your body is not who you are. It is quite simply the instrument that you currently use while living in a physical dimension. Those of you that understand that your emotions are simply energy that can be neither created nor destroyed, but they can be changed from one state to another, your emotions are simply energy. And energy can be neither created nor destroyed. It can only be changed from one state to another. How then can you change your emotions from one state to another? And we would offer you a very simple system which you can apply upon yourself and gain very quick, if not immediate, relief from unnecessary suffering, simply by understanding the process by which you can interact with what you would perceive as detrimental emotions, that you can interact with your own detrimental emotions and induce a change in them. The levers of your mind and your body and your thoughts are yours to pull and push. But you must understand that first you must make the distinction between yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your memories, and your physical organism. You must consolidate yourself into a position of awareness from which you can differentiate yourself from your thoughts, your memories, and emotions, thereby placing yourself into the position where you can affect and induce change upon your mind, your emotions, and your body in the same way that the environment did when you first entered this physical dimension. When you first entered this physical dimension, you were open, receptive, and amenable to what the environment did to you, what the environment gave you to think, to believe, to do. And now you must restore your mind and body to your authority. And you must understand that the mechanisms for doing so are not difficult nor complex to understand and ultimately apply. That your suffering is truly unnecessary once you know that it is not. That you can effect conscious and deliberate change in your own emotions. You have that power, that ability to do so. right now. You've always had it, you will always have it. But many of you have been taught to believe, well, this is just the way I feel, I cannot change it. Well, then so be it. But we will simply say to you that that is not the truth. That is just what you believe. And there's a difference sometimes between what you will believe and what is actually true. Many of you have been taught to believe that there's this condition you call PTSD that means you cannot change what happened before. That somehow you are bound by that past event. And let us clarify, you are not bound by anything unless you choose to believe you are. That the function of past trauma is subjective and amenable to your ability to interact with the structure of that trauma and the information stored within your biology from that point of time and space. That you can functionally change past conditions that happen to you and how they affect you now. You can transcend past trauma. You can transcend past trauma by learning how to operate the levers of your own mind, your emotions, and your physical organism. We and many others have come with different systems of information and knowledge to offer that to you. Coming to this particular space and time that you're in right now is one of those spaces and times through which you can gather information that will give you a different understanding than the one you may have perhaps been given by the world. But let us clarify, you did not come into this world to suffer. You came into this world to learn the function of creation. That's why you are here, to learn the function of creation. It is why you are here. And the understanding that your mind, your emotions, and your biology are instruments that you have at your disposal to learn that function, then it's very important for you to understand the tools that you have at your disposal and how to use them correctly. Many of you do not know how to use your minds correctly. Many of you do not know how to use your emotions correctly. And many of you do not know how to use your bodies correctly. You do not understand the functional order in which you should operate these things. And yet you can get inside a machine like a car, and you can learn very quickly the mechanics and the steps that you must go through to initiate the vehicle into action and how to steer it around to make it stop and go. Well, your mind, your emotions, and your body are a vehicle that you are inhabiting, that you must learn how to operate in a very precise and specific sequence in order to get your mind and your body to the places that you want to go and experience what you came here to go and experience. You must learn how to creatively assert your consciousness upon your mind, your emotions, and your body so that it operates according to your will and does not leave you scratching your head wondering why things are happening to you the way they are. Every experience in the human realm is a manifestation of creation. Every event, every circumstance, throughout all of biological existence upon this planetary dimension, all of them are effects of creative function. And this is most obvious in the human realm. There is not one event happening in your humanity that is not directly related to a creative process, consciously and unconsciously. That a vast majority of you are operating creatively unconsciously is why you have so much difficulty. That there's only a small handful of you that are consciously and deliberately choosing wisely what you think, which in turn generates certain emotional qualities, which of course generates certain functions of behavior. But you're at a very unique and opportune time if you want to begin the process of awakening for yourself, to know that you are not alone. You are not alone. You have more than 7 billion brothers and sisters here with you. But there are many of us that are here with you now too. Those of you that have called us can hear us. And those that are you wanting to hear us must learn to hear. You can learn to hear. You have it within your own capacity to transform, transmute, and transcend your suffering as an act of your deliberate and conscious will. We hope that you will do that. Hi. Good morning, everybody. So I'm going to put this up on the... Hi, South Africa. Good to see you. I'm going to put this up on the screen. So for those of you that are wondering, if you want to know more about how to gain proper, conscious, and deliberate control over your own mind, your own emotions, and your own body, then sign up for Masterclass 101 Awakening, where you also learn how to connect to your guides, your angels, ascended masters, and loved ones. Just because one leaves the physical body does not mean that they cease to exist. It's very important you understand that this is an opportunity that only comes around a couple times a year. You got just under 4 weeks to register for Masterclass 101 Awakening. It's a 3-week program that starts on March the 1st, Saturday, March the 1st, with the orientation, and runs right through till March the 21st. There's a live event every single day from Sunday to Friday. And the purpose of this class is awakening, literally learning how to awaken yourself from this slumber of being stuck in your mind and stuck in your pain body and stuck in your emotions. You came here to learn how to create, not to suffer. And I highly encourage that you go and sign up for that today. You can go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com, and sign up for Masterclass 101 Awakening. There's a link in the description below any of my videos or on my Linktree link in my TikTok channel. You can click that link. It'll take you to my website, classes and courses. But remember that you came here to learn to create. Hi, Polly. Hi, Amanda. Good morning. Hi. Hello, Spain. Welcome. The course is, for the 3 weeks, the course is $199 for the 3 weeks, and you will not get a deal like this anywhere on the planet. These are live in-person classes, Sunday to Friday, where you get personal in-person instruction from our team of mediums and our nutritional expert who will introduce you to the idea of high vibrational foods. So for the full 3 weeks, it's $199. So I encourage you to sign up because we already have people signing up and there will be limited space. So please get signed up sooner rather than later. That's $199. Hello, good to see you. Major snow here, but I'm full of joy. And then some. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. Thank you for coming out. Oh, yeah, the sun is shining where I am right now. Baking in the summer sun, somebody said. Good morning. Hi. All these dogs are howling outside. It's fascinating. Question from Animo. I received some guidance on my right ear and hearing. What is wrong? What is the cause? And how to restore it. It seemed to improve last week, but has relapsed. Please and thank you. Book a reading with me. If you want to take a deep dive into the root causes of why your ear is getting intermittent like that, book a reading with me. Go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com. Book a reading. You can book a half hour or book a 1 hour reading, and you'll get a wealth of information. You'll connect to your guides and angels, and you're going to find out who wants to come through for you. But in a nutshell, yeah, it's literally about hearing. There's something that they've been trying to tell you that you are not hearing. And our body always shows the symptomology of what's going on in our psychology. The body always reveals what's going on in our psychology, right? What is going on in your mind? Amanda's saying, best money ever spent. Yes. Keep in mind, you've got less than 4 weeks now to sign up for this masterclass. It has changed the lives of hundreds and hundreds of people in the last 6 years. And you need this information. You need this knowledge. I channel the Ascended Masters, and our other mediums do other facets of the program where they channel their guides and their angels. But you did not come here to suffer. You came here to learn creation. Remember that. Go sign up. Hi. I keep trying to super chat, but it won't go through. I'm not sure why that is. Hello, William. May I please have a message from Jesus? Yeah. Really important to sit in the stillness today. Like to be still. Find a place where you can go and be very still. Be very still. Don't listen to the world. Go inside. If the world distracts you, go inside. Wait. He's calling it the garden. Go into the garden. Away from the world. The privacy of your mind. Go away from the world. Go away from your thoughts. Get out of your memories. Go into the stillness within. And then there you can meet him. Jesus, God is within you, right? It's been stated. Luke, I'm trying to remember that. Luke 21:17. Kingdom of God is within you. Spend time on that today. Hi. Hello there. Hi. Sir, do you channel any African Ascended Masters? Yes, there is one I have channeled. In truth is Jesus has his origins in in Africa, not just Judea. He traveled all through that area. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can search for all the different videos there. But I've got like I'm trying to remember what his name is because he hasn't come around for a long time. But he was from Africa, very tall. Yeah, I'm trying to recall the name. This thing about spiritual mediumship, you don't remember everything that comes through because you're just allowing information to flow. But yes, I have. Hi. Oh, something else I wanted to say to everybody. Remember to go ground. Get outside, for the next few days. Make certain you spend time getting your feet on the ground. Your feet on the ground or getting grounded, connect to a tree. You need to ground over the next few days. There's going to be a lot of energy coming in from the sun for the next 3 to 5 days. Like really intense stuff. Right? The energies coming from the sun change everything that happens on the planet. The sun is responsible for climate change. The sun is responsible for life on this planet. The sun changes and alters the structures of DNA on this planet. It's really important you understand that, and that how you interact with the energy of the sun, how you think about it, how you feel about it, will affect you. So spend time grounding today. Get out in the sun. Absorb some of its love. Something that gives life to the planet. Life is love, right? Spend time grounding. Especially the next, like I said, 3 to 5 days. It's going to be very, very intense. Yes, Buddha does exist. Yes. Hi. Yeah, the sun is pretty amazing. Hi, Kathy. So the sun is a living organism. In case you didn't know, the sun is a living organism. And it induces change on the planet according to its will. Just as you affect people around you according to your will. Thank you for that super sticker, Amanda. I've been feeling I need to do a water fast. I started today. May I ask my guides how many days they would recommend? Thank you. I'm told 7. I'm told to tell you 7. That came immediately. Well, as I was reading the question, I just heard 7. 7 days. 7 days. Interesting correlation, 7 days, isn't it? Can you tell me why I am in so much physical pain? I cannot tell you why you're in such physical pain at this time. I would recommend you book a reading for that. However, I can tell you this to do. Right now, what I want you to do is I want you to feel your pain. I want you to really feel it. Become very aware of it. Don't attack it. Don't judge it. Don't get angry at it. Don't be frustrated about it. Just be aware of the pain. Let yourself feel the space that the pain occupies in your body. Let yourself feel the space that the pain occupies in your body. Just become very aware of the space where the pain is. Let yourself feel that space. As you feel that space, communicate these words, these thoughts to the pain. Even if I do not understand you, I'm willing to love you. Just communicate those thoughts and those words to the pain. Even though I do not understand you, I'm willing to love you. Communicate that very sincerely to the pain and watch what happens to it. And repeat that slowly. If the pain starts to change, then simply say, I will continue to love you, even if I don't understand you. And then just observe how the change in the pain occurs by the way you interact with it. Yes, I know. There are causes, again, I won't share those publicly, to the pain, but I will say that if you approach your pain from the vibrational state of acceptance and love, it will change. So when you feel the pain, just go to it and say, no matter how you feel, I'm willing to love you. And you do that sincerely. You think it as if you really sound like you mean it. Observe how the pain changes. Then when it changes, say, no matter how you feel, I will continue to love you, even if I don't understand you. And then just share with us what happened if you did that. Serious hangover going on here. That's actually made me feel better. Yes, it does. Your body and your mind. Sign up for Masterclass 101, folks. You'll learn the fundamental steps that the masters teach their students. Buddha, Jesus, Yogananda, many divine entities that come that are here to teach you the simplistic nature of your mind, your emotions, your body, and how you can interact with and induce change into them. You'll be learning from ascended masters. Sign up for Masterclass 101. If you experience that change in your body just from that little statement, that's just one of many, many processes that they will take us through in that journey of healing and transcendence. Hi. I think I'm out of depression because of this teaching. I'm so grateful to hear that. That's wonderful. I know the kind of relief that you are able to give yourself because you are learning to functionally change here. But come and sign up for Masterclass 101. Do it today. Go sign up. You'll be ready to go for the 1st of March. It's a 21-day program. And you're going to be getting live, in-person instruction and practices. You're going to learn the simple things that the masters teach and have taught all their students for many thousands of years. I kid you not. This is amazing. Go sign up. Don't waste any time. A single lifetime is precious. Can you please say the causes? No, I cannot. I won't do that. Someone's saying, please listen to him. This really got me out of my depression. Doing this teaching is so simple and so peaceful. Yes, it is. Hi. I hope it works. I've had depression for nearly 49 years. Well, we've had people that have had clinical depression and anxiety for decades, just like you. And I want to, first of all, let me say there's nothing wrong with you. Just because you're experiencing depression, your depression is not who you are. Your depression is a memorized experience that's trapped in your body. And in the masterclass, they will teach you how to get into a relationship with that part of you that's suffering and correct it. In some schools, they call it shadow work. We call it spiritual transformation, where you learn how to interact and interface with your mind and body differently than you've been taught. Your depression is not you. Turn to your depression right now. Just turn your attention to your depression. Wherever you feel, most people feel the depression up in the head, but you might feel it somewhere else in your body, because emotions live in your body. Again, you'll learn all this stuff, and you can literally interact with your depression in a way you never have before, and you'll experience a profound change really fast. I've seen it happen hundreds of times. And we've got people here that have experienced the master classes, and they know full well what's happened for them. Hi, Kelly. Good to see you again. Love you so much, too. Any messages for my friend Danny? So much love. Yeah. Tell him he needs to indulge in peace. He's letting himself get caught up in the running mind. He needs to indulge in peace and then bring the peace to the running mind. Right? Yes. Hi, Sherry. Thank you so much. Okay, for those of you that believe that your depression is something you have to have in order to have a lesson, at a certain point, the lesson is to learn how to reclaim authority and autonomy over your mind, your emotions, and your body. The lesson is here to learn how to operate as a function of Krishna, to learn how to create here. It's not to be in suffering, it's to learn to transcend it, to functionally alter and change your mind, your emotions, and your body to such a degree that you can creatively produce the results you want to experience in this lifetime. You know, this single lifetime is very short and brief. A single human lifetime is very short and brief. You got an eternity, but don't waste the opportunity. Sign up for Masterclass 101, Awakening. It literally is an awakening where you'll begin to remember who you are. And there's a real power in knowing who you are, because when you're free of your suffering, you can do really amazing things in this world. When you're free of your suffering, you can do really amazing things in this world. Deja vu. I just had a deja vu as that was happening. Hi. Thank you so much. Well, guys, it's been a fun ride this morning. Hi. How you doing? William, is there anything you can tell me about what I'm looking again, rather than sign up for the class, you get a lot of information comes through here. But when you work directly with an ascended master in a class, it's unbelievable. It's very different than what you see here. They speak through me here too. But to really get an intimate understanding of yourself, connecting to your own guides and your own angels. Everybody has guides. Everybody has angels. Everybody can connect to Christ. Everybody can connect to Buddha. You can connect to Yogananda. You can connect to God. Everybody has the capability to do that, but you have to learn the process of how to develop your hearing. And that's one of the other facets to the masterclass. You will learn how to open up your clairvoyance, your clairaudience, your clairsentience, and your claircognizance. You'll learn how to reanimate those internal senses. Most people are stuck in their external senses, which is why there's so much confusion. You think you're just a body. You're not. Yes, all the classes are held live on Zoom. So every single live event is held on Zoom. And again, they run from Sunday to Friday, 4 to 6 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 3 p.m. on Sundays, 11 a.m. on Tuesdays, and 11 a.m. on Thursdays. Again, this is a very intensive, a lot of people come to this course, don't realize this is a very powerful, intense, in-depth, and liberating experience. Like somebody's already mentioned here, they've literally healed their depression they've had for years in a very short time frame. No more pills, no more drugs. They've learned to change their own mind and body by simple, easy to follow practices that you'll be given during the course by those that are instructing you, right? Hi. Let's see here. I think I'll take one more question. Do my guides want to tell me something today? Don't worry, be happy. Seriously. Worry is a waste of time, but if you know how to leverage or collect the energy of worry and transform it into a different function, because you can take anger, you can take rage, guilt, shame, depression, you can take those energies and change them from one state into another, and you'll learn how to do that in Masterclass 101. So please sign up. Your life will be a much better journey for you when you understand how to use your mind and body differently. It's not that complex. No mystery. They keep telling me that. There is no mystery. Your mind is not a mysterious, incomprehensible thing. Your emotions are not random things. Your emotions are your energy. Your thoughts stimulate your emotions into functions of certain emotions. Certain thoughts create certain emotions. Certain images create emotions. You are a creator. Anyway, I want to wish you all a wonderful day. I hope you'll come by and see us on Wednesday at 10 a.m. where we go live. Kathy, thank you so much for your support, as always. And for everybody else on YouTube, thank you as well. Remember to like, to subscribe, and share if you've liked any of the material you've heard today. And I will look forward to seeing you guys on the Wednesday edition of The Shortcut for Your Soul. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day. Bye for now.